Greetings and salutations, fellow humanoids, and welcome to the 4th episode in our 100 Dusty Games series, a series in which we explore some older titles in my Steam library and determine if they were worth the purchase in the first place. In today's episode, we are playing Avernum, Escape from the Pit. It's a classic isometric RPG taking place in a subterranean nation full of rogues, in which our party of adventurers has been banished. The game was developed by Spiderweb Software, the makers of many such titles as Avernum and Geneforge. Delving into the vast array of RPGs supplied by this dev is no small feat. So let's do some dusting, shall we? Alright, we start off our adventure like any other proper RPG in which we form our group of 4 adventurers. We're pretty much going to go with the basic setup with the slight difference of changing this rebel character for a rogue, just to be 100% classic alignment. You could say the 4 monster food groups. So we got Aldous the soldier, Marion the rogue, Mycroft the priest, and Cordelia the sorcerer, all wearing classic RPG garments. I like it. You are never going to see sunlight again. You will never breathe fresh air, or be warm and dry, or feel safe. This is your punishment for your crimes. You are to be thrown into a magical portal and banished to Avernum, never to return. Your crime? Nothing as serious as you might think. Not murder, arson, or assault. No, your crime was against the Empire, ruled by the cruel Emperor Hawthorne. You spoke out against an unjust law, or you angered some minor official, or you may just have been a misfit. The Empire controls the entire surface of the world. All 4 continents have completely submitted to its rule. Not fitting in is a crime in the Empire, so you are being exiled. You are being sent down to Avernum. Avernum is a series of caverns far below the surface of the world. It is a dark subterranean prison, a place where exiles like you spend the rest of their lives far from the light. What is it like there? Nobody on the surface knows. All they know it is a dark and deadly. It is spoken of only in whispers and only with fear. Some believe that there is no air, warmth, or food, and death comes with merciful speed. Others believe that there is enough sustenance to enable Avernites to endure a miserable worm-like existence, until, of course, the monsters get you. And a few believe that Avernum is a paradise, a hard land of freedom where one can at last be out from under the Empire's iron rule. People mad enough to believe Avernum is paradise soon end up there themselves. They don't really know what it is like. Nobody on the surface does, but soon you will. There is no appeal to the judge's decision. Only one morning, in a stone dome far out in the wastes, you are dragged in chains to the shimmering portal. You breathe clean and fresh air one last time. Your shackles are removed. Then they throw you in. And here we are, in the game proper. So I fiddled with the game a little bit just to make sure it was working properly. So I'll know how to click around, but besides that, pretty new at the game. Slowly your eyes adjust to dim light. Happily, there is light. The ceiling of the cavern is covered with scattered patches of a fungus that glows with a faint luminescence. But you are alone. It is cold, damp, and deathly still. All you hear are the echoes of dripping water in the shadows. The loneliness makes the feeling of claustrophobia more powerful. For a moment, you can sense the countless tons of stone above you, ready at any moment to crush you into nothingness. You concentrate and overcome your growing terror. There must be someone down here. You'll just have to explore and find them. Now, as far as I know, if you want to loot anything in the game, you have to actually open your inventory when you're close to something interesting. So you don't see anything on the ground here, for example. So let's do some exploring. Broken pots down here, nothing of note. Much to your great relief, you finally find signs of human occupation. The gallery to the west is blocked by a wall, rough stone blocks held together by crumbling mortar. It looks like it has been here for years, abandoned and decaying, but it is something. Less reassuring is a pile of bones between you and the wall. They look like they came from a small humanoid, perhaps a goblin. They too have been here for a while. On the floor near them, someone discarded a crude cloak, scraps of leather, roughly stitched together. On the surface, you would have ignored the disgusting thing. Down here, with the cold seeping into your bones, you decide that you would be better off wearing it. So basically it tells us how we can open up our inventory here, and let's see, let's give the cloak to the mage. Like so. She's wearing a skimpy robe, so we better cover her up a little bit. She must be freezing. The cloak is crude and dirty, but it is warm. You suspect that everything in the underworld is going to be crude and dirty, so you better start getting used to it. Alright, let's head in. On this side of the door, at last you can hear people. You smell fresh smoke and hear the muttering of speech. You're too far away to make out what they're saying, but they are to the west. Got it. Let's go see what's up. Who are these people? There are 3 people ahead, crouched around a dim, smoky fire of burning fungus. They are rolling dice, gambling over a handful of copper coins, and leather garments they scavenge in these caves. Then their sharp ears detect you. They leap to their feet and spin to face you, drawing their blades. They are Nephilim, scrawny and hungry specimens, but dangerous nonetheless. Nephilim are a proud tribal race that once filled the wild plains of the surface. Then the Empire began to remove them, sending the few that surrendered into Avernum and killing the rest. This has left them with a vicious hatred of humanity. Even though you share a common enemy, they are still determined to take their revenge upon you. And so combat begins. Alright, let's see if we can make it all the way there and bop that guy. Oh, just about. Okay, let's move the rogue ahead. Let's move all the... Oops. Let's move all our characters ahead. The combat is turn-based, but it's pretty quick, which is good, because most turn-based games, eventually they kind of tire me out. Nice. 1 down. Let's have our mage here cast a bolt of fire on this boy. The scrawny Nephilim. Let's see, can we get a backstab here? Yeah, it looks like it. There we go. Alright, we could end combat, enter peaceful mode, and then we could distribute some loot here. So let's give the shield and the sword to our boy Aldous. Let's pick up just about everything because we don't know what's, you know, worthwhile in this place. Let's equip this. So let's give the shield and crude sword to Aldous, the fighter, and give him some boots. He's the party tank, after all. He'll probably be taking the brunt of damage. Your 3 Nephilim have fallen, 3 senseless deaths. You suspect that they were just sent down here through the same portal you came through. Usually the Empire sends down the Nephilim through a different portal to a different part of these caves, but of course Empire soldiers don't really care what undesirable goes where. Of course it's possible that the underworld is controlled by Nephilim, and you will soon be swarmed and enslaved, or worse. Anything in this little corner? Trash, essentially. This seems to be blocked. No choice but to head up in this direction, I guess. Giant rats. Let's go. Alright, our fighter is getting encircled, but that's not much of an issue. Okay, so if you move around enemies, you lose a lot of action points doing so, and so you might end up not attacking. So I have to keep that in mind. Critical. Ooh. More rats. Drat. Backstab in the front. Beautiful. Let's see here about healing our boy Aldous. There you go. Good as new. Maybe our friend Cordelia here can weaken one of the rats up top. Okay, finish that one. That one. Critical for 1 damage. Beautiful. Huge rat flees in terror. Oh, is that the red sparkles we see there? Anyway, they're down. And I think we've won. Nothing interesting here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. More rats. Let's just wait. Yeah, let them come to us. Okay, maybe the rat just didn't see us. Let's move up a little bit. Yeah, crits on these rats. Can't reach the target, unfortunately. Let's not waste our mana on these little upstarts. Nice. Skill 2, energy 55. Let's throw a bolt on this guy. There we go. Anybody else? Oh yeah, there's another rat over there. Let's move up to here about. There he is. Combat is pretty straightforward at first, I guess, especially since we don't have that much in terms of equipment. What's this blue stuff up here? I think you have to have some sharp eyes in this game to be able to see just about everything. Yeah, here, flawed crystal. This can be sold in a store for extra cash. This actually has value. Rock, Avernum's most plentiful natural resource. Oh, there's stuff in the fire. Ooh. Remnant of one far more unfortunate than you. Poor leather helmet. Cool. So we found a bow and a bronze short sword. Okay, let's see. The 9 to 36. This does 11 to 44. So this one is a little bit better. Let's give him the funny looking hat. So Aldous is a little bit more plated up, you could say. Let's also give this to Marion, so she could use a bow. And remember, there was something about dual wielding. Yeah, there's pretty funny artwork in the skill trees, as you can see. Pole weapons and whatnot. Combat. Are they all the same for everybody? Yeah. So essentially, okay, I see. So everybody has the same traits available, sort of. Okay, fine by me. Let's give the crude short sword to our boy Mycroft. Let's give another dagger to our friend Marion, so she could dual wield daggers like a proper rogue. Speaking of which, let's just go double check over here. Yeah, there was stuff in the fire over here. Oh, good to know. So we should always loot fireplaces, essentially. Okay, let's give the gloves to the rogue. Let's give the belt to Mycroft. We should start armoring him up a little bit too. He is a cleric after all. The cave to the north is divided by a deep pool of foul, stagnant water. There is a man standing on the other side, watching you. His sword drawn. Perhaps he can tell you how to get to safety if there is anywhere safe down here. There is a pool of stagnant water dividing this cavern in half. On the other side of the morass, a human is staring at you. He has a dented bronze broadsword and a heavy leather jerkin. Your relief at seeing another human is not enough to keep you from noticing the coldness of his gaze, or how he seems to be sizing you up. He gives you a half bow and smirks. I, Legrand, welcome you to the underworld. And from the look of you, you are a warrior, not the weaklings and malcontents we've had coming through so far. You're an Avernite? He laughs, a grim, raspy sound. I would not say that. I don't think that the Avernites are very fond of me right now. Are we the only people here? No, there are a few others in the arrival caves, That's what the Avernites call these chambers, though they didn't control them as well as they should have. What do you mean? He points at something hanging around his neck. It's a key. These caves are where all the new human arrivals are supposed to end up. Then the Avernites, noble beings that they are, find you and bring you out and help you. But then I stole this key. I came down here and locked the gates behind me. Now you're all stuck down here with me and my helpers. Why are you doing this? Because we are free, don't you understand? The Empire holds us down no longer. Now, at last, the strong can survive and flourish and make our own new land. Do you think you are tougher than me? Because if not, you will serve us. And what do you think you'll get from me? Just intelligence. Now I know how many of you there are and how you are armed. Now my servants will be prepared. He gives you one more little bow, lets out a harsh laugh, and turns to you. Let's just say nothing. He has nothing else to say to you. He disappears quickly into the shadows. Alright, Legrand, see you later. How to fight. Thanks. You have 100 coins. Someone has discarded some javelins on the floor ahead. It's always satisfying to fling a few projectiles ahead before engaging in melee. He gives a few pointers. Thank you very much. Let's let's put these javelins on Aldous here, so he could chuck them before charging in. The Avernites built something down here, a crude stone structure that was then left to crumble. 4 people, fresh from the surface, are hiding in the ruins. They look like ordinary people, farmers and merchants who angered some empire lord or said the wrong thing when the wrong person was listening. Now they are trapped in the underworld for the rest of their lives, empty-handed and terrified. Only one of them seems to have kept her self-control. She is a young, stocky woman. She holds a crude spear in her trembling hands. Who is there? When she gets a look at you, she lowers her spear slightly. You're not one of those thugs, are you? I'm Brissa. Are you trapped down here like us? Do you need any help? I would not beg a stranger for aid, except that our situation is desperate. There is a Cretan down here. His name is Legrand, and he has a pack of brigands and thugs to help him. We can't escape this basement while he blocks the exit. I can't fight him off. I need your help. Can you give it? I will free you from these caves. She nods and looks at the others. For the first time, they look up at you, emerging a tiny bit from the catatonia. I thank you. I knew from the moment I saw you that you were a warrior with honor. We will wait here. She returns to standing guard and watching over the others. Alright, Brissa. She'll watch over the hapless commoners, and we'll go beat up Legrand. The people in the ruined building left 2 flasks of liquid on the table. Perhaps a gift for you, perhaps a bribe to mollify the thugs ahead. These potions might help you if you have to fight your way out. Of course. Let's see. Let's give 1 extra to you. And 1 extra to the fighter. Is there something in this corner? Doesn't look like it. Let's go. After your meeting with Legrand, you aren't surprised to find these people waiting for you. 3 humans who have teamed up with 2 Nephilim. They smirk and raise their blades as you step into the dim light of their fire. As the reek of burning fungus assaults your nose, one of them says, "Well, you knew this was coming. Legrand let you know what was happening. I hope you're ready. At least you won't be in this pit much longer." Attack. The thugs honestly thought they would hear you talk and plead. They weren't expecting someone who would actually fight back. Your charge catches them by surprise. Let's see here. And I missed. Beautiful. Nice. Let's do a spell here. Shields nearby allies. Enemy blows have a lower chance of hitting and will do less damage. Shield gen. Cool, does the whole party. And for our friend Cordelia here, let's go with Daze. Confuses all nearby enemies. They will have a chance of not being able to move or attack for a short time. Look at the area on this. Oh wow, that's a strong spell. Alright, let's go beat up the archers. Very nice. Let's send Mycroft in here. Ooh, critical. Missed. Let's grab our daggers, come here, stab this guy in the back. That's it. Stabbies. Okay, this character has a little bit more oomph to him, so yeah, let's use... Oh, well, I missed anyway. Great. All the misses. Oh, gotta love RNG, friends. Okay, beat this guy up. You stab that one. Oh, he's very dead. He's dead. He's dead. That's how you do it. And peace. Cool, what do we have? Sticks. Awesome. Do these actually have value? Yeah, okay, so sticks don't have value, but the daggers and whatnot they do, which makes sense, you know. So let's give this and this to Mycroft. I guess we could give the better short sword to Cordelia here. Could leave the sticks behind. Alright, Mycroft is a little bit better equipped. So far so good, I guess. You move cautiously down the corridor. You are past Legrand's thugs, but their leader is still ahead, and without his key, you doubt you will be able to escape this pit. This is a good time, if you haven't already, to save your game. That's actually a really good suggestion. Alright. What's this? Clay pot, not worth much. I see the bad guys up there, I just want to see if there's any interesting loot. Alright, let's go beat up the boss. You round the corner and come face to face with Legrand, a petty thug with delusions of grandeur. When he gets a good look at you, he realizes that perhaps his plan to build a new empire within Avernum is not going to work out, and yet he doesn't give in. He stands between you and the locked gate, leading to the exit, and snarls at you. You notice dark stains around his mouth. Perhaps he has eaten something recently that is tinkering with his brain. He points his blade at you. You got past my warriors, and what? They are dead? Well, I will get more. The Empire sends down more killers every day. Avernum won't take them, but I will. You notice that he is holding something in his offhand, but you can't tell what it is. Give me the key and I will spare you, or I've had enough of your renting, or just surrender. No, I still have the key. I can start again. Once you are dead, I won't let them throw me into the abyss. Come on, he charges. He charges you, his warriors seeing no other option, regretfully follow him. Cool, well, let's go. Ooh, that's a lot of HP that guy has. Okay, let's start working down that archer over there. Let's do another protection spell from Mycroft. And let's have our mage. Hopefully it won't target Aldous as well. No, doesn't look like it. And it seems that everybody is stunned except the boss, Legrand. Fine by me. Let's see battle disciplines here. A well-aimed blow. Melee attack that seeks out vulnerable point. I think it just does more damage. Ouch. That looked painful. Oh, not quite dead, that guy. Cool, cool. Let's see here. Oh, I summoned a giant lizard, but it summons right beside you, unfortunately. Okay, got the archer. Oh, nice. Right, let's sling a firebolt at Legrand. He has a lot of HP. Alright, Aldous is getting a little bit low. Let's see about Drinking? How does one drink? Ah, here. Much better. Oh, did that not take his entire turn? Cool. You can't use any battle disciplines until you are no longer fatigued. Okay, so there's a cooldown after using an ability like that. Makes sense. Ooh, 39. Nice. Dug down. Let's drop that cave wolf there. Ooh, crit. Beautiful. Alright. Now, let's see here. Can we block Legrand, I wonder? Legrand is wounded. He's bleeding, exhausted. No, you will not stop me. I have one thing I smuggled. He raises his left hand, and you see that he's holding a glass globe. Goodbye, you fool. Enjoy your new life of servitude. He smashes the globe against the floor. A cloud of lavender smoke spreads out, choking you, confusing you. Legrand turns and runs towards the gate, the key in his hand. We are all terrified. Aw, man. Curses. Legrand has a free path to the exit gate. He puts his key into the keyhole, turns, and shoves the iron bars. The moment they are open a few inches, he slides through and runs upstairs. You immediately hear the commotion coming from above. Okay, it seems that he left the door open. Good for us, because if we were locked down here, we'd be in big trouble. Where did a huge rat come from? Nice. Double nice. Okay, there's huge rats up here. Let's move all our peeps here. They always go for the mage, don't they? Nice. Man, that giant lizard does work. Yeah, I think that's everybody. Let's do some looting. Got some food. Let's put the crystals on the rogue. She'll hold on to the valuables for the most part. What's this thing in the corner? Healing herbs. Cool. Mushroom. Let's put all herbs and mushrooms and food. Whoops, I didn't mean to eat that. My mistake. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Let's see. Sheet of papyrus. Scroll. Radiate ice. Cool. Iron bars gonna be worth a little bit. And maybe we could use these scrolls for various wizardy things. Yep. So let's give these scrolls to her. Let's give the meat to Mycroft. And this is probably not worth anything, but whatever. Are these worth anything? Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Bag of meal. Dried mushroom powder waiting to be turned into bread. Ew. I like mushrooms, but I don't know if mushroom meal would be very appealing to me. Okay, got a bunch of stuff in here. Looks like this was maybe tribute for Legrand. Okay, I think we got everything around here. No, there's something else over here. Man, you really have to squint to see everything. Oh, hi everybody. Portal guard. You emerge from the dark tunnels, and your claustrophobia is immediately replaced with vertigo. You're in a fort within a gigantic cavern. The stone ceiling arcs hundreds of feet over your head. As your eyesight adjusts, you look around at the world of Avernum for the first time. You're inside what looks like some sort of a fort. It is made of huge blocks of stone, roughly mortared together. Wood must be rare down here. Only the doors are made of it. There are a few odd trees nearby, more fungus than wood. Then, when your awe at this strange sight fades, you notice the warriors. They stand around the lip of the pit you are in, weapons drawn. Some of them have bows pointed at you, ready to fire. As you prepare to defend yourself, a man comes running toward the lip of the pit from the south. "Stop, stop," he shouts. "Don't fire, let me talk." It must be this guy. Andrew. The small man runs towards you, waving his arms, his skin incredibly pale in the strange light from the fungal ceiling. When he reaches you, he stops and bends over, hands on his knees, breathing heavily. When he regains his breath, he says, "Don't attack. I am Andrew, the greeter. We are Avernites. We are here to welcome you and help you." A thug named Legrand just came out this way. Did you catch him? Andrew looks embarrassed. "We tried. When he ran out, his face was covered. By the time we were sure he was the killer and not an innocent arrival, he had already fled. I was the one who defeated him." Andrew takes a step back and inspects you. You have the look of a warrior with some potential. It is good. With all the forces that threaten us, Avernum needs warriors like you. Can you just let him escape? I'm sure we will be found. What happens to me? Well, your new life begins. Now that you have emerged, I have something to say to you. Yes? As Andrew speaks, the guards nearby watch solemnly. Each of them went through the same ceremony, the beginning of a new life. Andrew says, "On behalf of Avernum, I welcome you to your new home, here in the darkness. Our lot is hard, but we are free of the crushing hands of the Empire. We offer you peace and aid, as long as you aid us in return." He smiles weakly. "That is all. We have some aid for you. Then you can go and start your new life." Call yourself agreed. It is my task. I will wait for new arrivals, such as yourselves, and welcome them. He bows. "Welcome to Avernum." What does that word mean, Avernum? In ancient times, Avernum was one of the names of the underworld. It was the place where souls were sent to be judged when their lives were over. Appropriate, yes? Tell me more about Avernum. Why are you welcoming me? It's my job. I'm here to ease the considerable shock of being cast into the underworld, of course. So welcome to the underworld. He pauses to think. Also, I'm here to say where you can get information about Avernum and supplies. Avernum is what we call this place. Countless miles of tunnels, caverns, and icy subterranean rivers. It is your new home. He smiles sadly. That's all for now. Thanks. Actually, before I forget, I want to head back down and see if we could tell the others down here that everything's okay. Legrand is gone. You can escape now. Oh, looks like we got a level out of that. She's so relieved that, for a moment, you think she might break into tears, but then she starts nudging the others with her shoe. Come on, let's escape while we can. As they rise, she turns to you. "I thank you. This has been a rough arrival, but perhaps things will improve," she thinks. But I doubt it. Then she turns and begins to escort the others towards the exit. Level up. Okay, let's head back into town. The footstep sounds are yikes. Well, at least we move fast on the map like this. Okay, let's see what the level up screen looks like. So it seems that we have attributes to give. We have 1 point to spend here. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, or endurance. Measures how hardy you are. The most endurance you have, the more health you'll have, and the less poison their affliction will help you. Also helps you resist harmful magic. Cool. Strength, how muscular you are. Enables you to wear heavier armor without being encumbered. Having great benefit to warriors. Yeah, sure. Let's increase strength. Melee weapons, pole weapons, bows, combat, magic, and misc. Hardiness. Hardiness acts like natural armor. Each level of hardiness reduces all damage you take from all sources. Ooh. Blade Master. Makes you more effective with all blade and pole weapons. Cool. This hardiness looks good. There you go. Oh, you have 1 more point to spend? Cool. What about this one? Parry. I don't know about that. Sure. And we have traits too. Oh, wow. Improve strength. Improve endurance. So this just increases stats. Increases your chance to hit in melee by... Okay, we already have that one. Mighty Blows. Each level increases your damage with melee. Nimble Fingers. Backstab. Good health. So one of these would be good. 5% bonus to health. How much health does our character have here? 45. So I think Mighty Blows would be halfway decent. Let's level up the rogue here. Definitely go into dexterity, I think. Alright. So we have to go all the way up the tree to dual wielding? Oh, yikes. Maybe we'll just make her good with bows. Throw missiles. Gymnastics. Lethal blow. Like so. Lethal blow is basically a crit chance. Nimble fingers. Increases your tool use by 1. Increases your chance to hit in melee. Nimble fingers sounds like it would be good for stuff like lockpicking. Okay, intelligence. I don't know, let's get more intelligence on you. Oh, so Mycroft is good at throwing stuff, is he? We should give him the javelins then. We should also give him a point in melee weapons, to be honest. Mage spells, priest spells, tool use. Oh. First aid. Magical efficiency. Energy blessing, sure. More intelligence for the wizard. And she's good with bows and whatnot. Okay, fine by me. Resistance. Sure. Alright. There is an Avernite wandering around the streets of the fort looking for new arrivals. He wears a jerkin of thick lizard hide and a bow of black wood hangs from his shoulder. The moment he sees you, he almost rushes to greet you. Welcome to Avernum, he says. I am Varan. You look newly arrived, and if you don't mind me saying, a bit aimless, I have an opportunity for you. What is this opportunity? The opportunity to fight for Avernum so that we can all survive, and in return you can gain what little renown and comfort as is available in this dark place. Alright, tell me more. He nods. A wise choice. You should go to Silvar, west of here, and meet the mayor. I have been sent to recruit people like you, and I think you will find the work to your liking. That is all. I will leave you to regain your bearings. He nods and walks off, looking for other potential recruits. Alright, before we end this video, I'd like to see what shopping looks like in this game. Thor. Good name. Tall knight sitting behind, wearing bronze armor. Behind him is a large rack of crude stone and bronze weapons. He recognizes you as a new arrival in an instant. Don't recognize you, and I recognize everyone. You must be new. He rises and shakes your hand. You can see how desperately pale years down here have made him. I am Tor. I'm here to give you some supplies before you go on your way. Where do you get these supplies? Some are sent here by the army, or others are sent by the Empire. Sometimes they give us weapons and food and other things. We find them in the arrival caves with the new exiles. Tor nods, makes some notes on a scroll made of crude parchment, and hands you a pouch, some dried meat, and a loaf of unappealing, slightly gray bread. This is the starting allowance all new arrivals are given, to help them get established. I want you to become productive citizens of Avernum as soon as possible. What do you do here? Well, sometimes I maintain the weapons of the guard, sometimes I guard travelers going through Silvar, but I spend most of my time giving supplies to newcomers. Looks back, pretty crude work, huh? Good metal is rare down here. Tools to work it rarer still. And enchanted items, good luck finding them. Magical items, they can be found. Alright, thanks. What is this? Office of Tyre. Fort Avernum Barracks. Visitors' chambers. Need a store of sorts. Barracks. Surface goods storage. Avernites keep out. Okay, I guess we'll not go there. Don't want to piss anybody off. That is one sickly looking cow. Cave cow? These cows have only just arrived from the surface, sent through the same portal that delivered you. They look quite displeased with their new surroundings and fodder. You wonder why the Empire is supplying the Avernum with fresh livestock. Perhaps these were bad cows, naughty and rebellious, and the Emperor Hawthorne's bovine agents punish their disloyalty with eternal exile. I love it. Alright, after finishing what we could call the first dungeon, the first quest, and making our way into Avernum proper, I think this is a good place to leave the episode. So I walked around town, looked around a bit, and, well, I didn't find a shop immediately. That's fine, because, well, the episode's ending anyway. Now, as far as the game goes, it's pretty good. The writing's pretty decent. Combat is solid enough. However, the whole character customization seems a bit one-dimensional. And the game overall is pretty darn crusty. Now, I like classic RPGs and whatnot, but the UI could use a little bit of work. And yeah, the whole the whole general look and movement about the map is so-so, but it's a pretty decent game all in all. I don't know if I would play through an entire series of it, but I think I could get through a single game. So as far as scores go, I think I'm going to give it a 3.5 cans out of 5. Yeah. So with UI improvements and a character customization screen that's a little bit more interesting, I think it could definitely go higher. But if not a bad choice at all. I think these games are pretty dirt cheap when they're on special too, so it's kind of worth the buck if you're looking for a classic RPG experience. That being said, I hope you liked the episode. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, to subscribe to the channel, and to catch us in the next one. Until then, take care everyone, wash your hands, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.